Okay, I've got the tools I'm going to be using to finish up this process, or to take it to the next step, really, because when it comes to taking care of an axe handle or a hatchet handle, you're never really finished. And we're going to give you a little outline of what the rule is. I'm going to be using, as I've said before, boiled linseed oil. I love the smell of it. I love the feel of it. But I also have found that when I do this, if I use this just with my bare hands, my fingernails become so brittle that they just fall apart on me. And I don't worry too much about how I look, but when they start getting so brittle, they start cracking down below the nail line and hurting. That's not real good. So I'm going to go ahead and also, the next thing I'm going to do is put on just some nitrite gloves. I find that this large bottle is a little difficult to work with. I found these bottles at, I believe I got these at the dollar store, and they just make a great applicator for putting on the boiled linseed oil. I can control it. You're going to see it doesn't take a lot of this oil, that it eventually cures and in fact hardens into a almost varnish-like finish. And you're going to see that's fantastic, because what it does for your wood, it not only feeds the wood with the oil, but it leaves a protective finish on the outside of it. You're going to need to clean it off your metal surfaces, because it will leave drip marks. If you put it on too thick or too much, and you don't clean off that excess after letting it soak in, you will get a tacky surface for months and months and months, and an uneven, not good surface on your wood. So we're going to start with the raw wood so you can see how it changes that wood, and even with that first coat. So what I'm going to do is simply put a small coat of this on, or a small bead of this on. I'm going to make sure I get some up there by the handle, or by the actual axe head, so that I can get that way back into that crack. And then I'll just go ahead and rub this in. Like I said, I love doing this by hand. I love the feel of it, the smell of it. Boiled linseed oil brings back great memories of wood shop from my high school days, but it is pretty dang hard on my fingernails, and so I try and avoid getting it on my hands. Go ahead and put another little small amount on this side. It does not take much, especially since we're going to be putting multiple coats, and right now is a real good time to talk about that. What I've learned, and I learned this from my YouTube hero, Cody Wrangler Star, and that is, you need to look at one coat a day for a week, one coat a week for a month, one coat a month for a year, and one coat a year for a lifetime. And that's assuming that you don't have a situation where it gets left out or there's excessive wear, and then you kind of start the process over. You can see this just really soaks into the wood, really is healthy for the wood, gives that wood some of the moisture that it's lacking, and in addition puts that seal on there that will protect it long term. So we've done one coat on that. Actually, what I typically do on a day like today, I actually do 2 coats the first day, because you can see that even though I put quite a bit of oil on this, it has almost all sunk in there already.